Power dynamics. Since Rudolf Diesel invented his engine at the end of the 19th century, we've seen a huge evolution of the road transport system. From a very patchy and hesitant start, we've gradually standardized and simplified the basic technical components of the system. Sure, a modern truck is packed with computers, processors, sensors, and software, but at its core, it's about filling it with a liquid diesel fuel that's converted into mechanical work that can be utilized in a logistics system that needs to move stuff. It can be argued that very large parts of the system have been commoditized. Simply put, this means that more and more components, subsystems, and technologies have gone from being differentiated and diverse to becoming standardized commodities. It makes no practical difference today whether you, as a haulier, buy a Volvo, Scania, or a Daimler. They can all perform the largely standardized transport service that you can offer the market. They can all pull the same trailer, they can be equipped with the same crane, cabinet, or tail lift. They load the same number of tons, they have basically the same fuel consumption, and they all run on the same standardized energy carrier, the mother of all commodities, diesel. You can use a standardized Visa or MasterCard to buy standardized energy for your vehicle anywhere on the planet. The only real area of competition between the various truck manufacturers today is the driver's working environment. Are you sitting comfortably? How's the maneuverability? Is the bed comfortable? What's the sound when you close the door? And the only real remaining competitive area between carriers is the price of the transport service itself. It's in this standardized, price-competitive world that we are now introducing electric vehicles. And now almost all the rules are being turned on their head. What used to be a commodity is no longer a given. Now it matters which truck manufacturer you choose. Vehicles have different capabilities, different ranges, different performance in general. Prices vary widely. The term software-defined vehicle is introduced. The vehicle becomes a digital platform that can be configured and upgraded with software, something that all of us who drive Teslas are used to, but traditional vehicle manufacturers struggle with. And the universal commodity of diesel is now replaced by electricity. You might think it's an even more standardized energy carrier, and on one level it is. A kilowatt hour can be used in infinitely more ways than a liter of fuel. But for the transport industry, it's not that simple. Electrification brings with it an unprecedented level of complexity. The large, already paid-for infrastructures that have been built around liquid fuels for more than 100 years have been replaced in a very short time by something completely different. The vehicles need to abide by an entirely new set of rules. Range is becoming both an OpEx and a CapEx driver. The haulier needs to become its own energy supplier. Planning and control will increase in complexity to the point that we will need AI to operate electric fleets above a certain size. It will simply be too complex for us poor humans. As the electrification of the transport system accelerates, it's becoming more and more clear that we're not just seeing a technological evolution. We're also witnessing a major shift in the balance of power in the energy system. For those transport companies that want to, this means a fundamentally new role, from passive consumer of energy to active player and sometimes even producer. For a commoditized industry where the only competitive parameter left is price, a development like this is a golden opportunity. It's time for hauliers and carriers to regain control over more of the components that make up their cost base and their capabilities. This will require new business models and a lot of digital development. Not everyone will be able to do it, some won't even understand what happened, and existing players in the energy system will fight this tooth and nail. But some of these carriers will thrive. There will be the ones we look back on and learn from, and future columnists will use them as examples of how an industry was able to change because some players led the way. It's about courage. It's about looking around the corner and realizing that what we think we know and what we think we can do sometimes need to be revised in order to evolve. Thank you so much for listening.